Geometry, Chapter 3, Lesson 4, we're going to look at parallel lines and the triangle angle sum theorem. So we're going to tackle that in the first video. We're going to look at the angle measures in a triangle, and then we'll look at classifying triangles, and then we'll look at exterior angles of a triangle. So let's look at the triangle angle sum theorem first. And it's fairly straightforward. It says that if you have a triangle and you were to know the measure of the angles, you would add them together and they would equal 180. So if you knew the measure of angle A here, and you knew the measure of angle C and the measure of angle B, if you added all those together, they would always add up to 180 degrees. And it doesn't matter what shape the triangle is or what classification it is, which we'll look in the next video, it will always add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so again, here's a relationship that allows us to write an equation, and again, that's what we're all about in geometry here, is looking for relationships that create equations. Okay, so the three angles of a triangle always add up to 180. So let's do one example, and that should pretty much do it, because this will pretty much wrap up the lesson. Now, the one thing that you want to get from this is how many triangles do you see? And most students will quickly say they see two triangles. And that's true. You see this one triangle right here. Most of you see that, no problem. So those three angles always add up to what? 180, right, I heard you. And then you have this triangle here, so the three angles in this triangle add up to what? 180, you got it. Okay, but there is a third triangle, and it's the larger triangle here, which most students forget about. It's that large triangle, and those angles add up to what? 180. So this is an angle. Let's call that angle 1. This angle here, let's call that angle 2. Now these two angles from the smaller triangles together make up the bigger triangle. That would be the third angle of the big triangle. So when you come to a diagram like this, don't forget about the big one that's being cut in two, because those three angles add up to 180 as well. So let's go ahead and find the values of these variables, and let's apply that triangle angle sum theorem. So I think the easiest one to start with would be this one, because we know two of the angles and we're only missing the one, so we can go ahead and do that. So I know then that this angle here, which is 65 degrees, plus this angle here, which is 39 degrees, plus this angle here, which is x, they're always going to add up to 180. Now I skipped a step there. What step did I skip? I didn't write my geometric equation. So let's do that. So this angle here, which we could call angle F, plus this angle here. Now I need, let's go this angle here. Now I need to use three letters because there's three angles up here. There's this one, and the big one. If I just use G, we wouldn't know what we're talking about. So the smaller angle here is FGJ. So angle, angle FGJ. Plus this angle here, and again there's two angles here. There's this one and there's this one, so I need to use three letters. GJF, angle GJF is equal to 180. So make sure you write this. That's the geometric. Then that's from the triangle angle sum theorem, and then this comes from substitution. So then let's go ahead and solve this. So let's see, that's going to be 90 and 14, so 104 plus x, because I'm adding on one side, that's simplifying, and then we're going to use subtraction property to subtract 104 from both sides, and that's going to give me x value is 76. Okay, so my x value is 76. So I now know that this angle is 76 degrees. Alright, so let's go ahead and do, now that we have that one figured out, we got to look at some other triangles to figure out the other ones. Now, if I try to do this one next, the problem with that is I'd have to add this angle here, which is y, and this angle here, which is z, and this angle here is 21. I'm going to have two variables there, a y and a z, and I can't figure that out. So I need to figure out probably z first or y first, one or the other. Now there's two ways I could do this. I could, if I recognize here x and y together make a straight line, which is going to become very useful. So we could take the x value that we now know, add it to this y, and get 180. But seeing how this lesson is on the triangle angle sum theorem, I want to try to use that to solve this. So I'm going to look at this bigger triangle and solve for x or for z doing that way. Alright, so in order to do that, which I scrolled that up a little too soon, Okay, I need to write my geometric equation first. So I know that this angle here, which is angle F, plus this angle here, which again, because there's three angles here, I need to use three letters, so angle FGH, plus this angle here, which is angle H, is going to equal 180. So then I can go ahead and use substitution. Angle F is 65. Now this angle here goes all the way across, so it's this angle here, which is 39, plus this angle here together, so that's going to be 60. And then plus angle Z here, which is angle H. So by substitution, I can get all those values in there. So then I can simplify by adding these two values together. So that's simplifying because I'm on one side of the equation. And then again, I'm going to use the subtraction property to subtract 125, and that's going to give me a Z of 55. Okay, so now I know Z is 55. So now I can use the smaller triangle, and I know what this is and I know what this one is, so I can use the smaller triangle to do the to get the value of y. So again, my geometry statement here is angle H, which is in the small triangle, and then this angle here is HJG, plus this angle up here, which is JGH, and all three added together is going to equal 180. Then I can go ahead and substitute in. H I have now figured out at 55 degrees. HJG is my y variable, which I'm trying to figure out. And JGH is 21, and that equals 180. So substitution lets me do that. Then I can go ahead and simplify. So I've got 76 on this side, plus y is equal to what am I looking at? Oh, I don't know. 180. Excuse me for that pause. I was looking at something else. So y is equal to 104. Right? Okay, so we have our x figured out, we have our y figured out, and we use the triangle angle sum theorem to figure all of those values out.